Robert is the kind of thinker that you don't meet every day.
So Robert is no nonsense. So he's not a fluffy kind of guy. Trust his gut. You know, if he's feeling a thing, that's a good thing to listen to. He is insightful and decisive.
And he didn't feel they need to jump in and dictate and direct.
I'm traveling with Robert on the aircraft together. We're filling out our immigration form, right? I put CEO as my profession. He put baker. I say, Robert, what is that? He said, well, that's what I am. I said, Robert, you're not a... He said, Gervais, that is what I am. I am a baker. That is what I know.
He says to me, you know, Noble, the people who drive our trucks leave the yard at 6 o'clock in the morning. He says, some guys leave 5:30. I say, yeah. If they weren't doing that, I would have to wake up. So it's because they're doing that, I could afford to sleep. I have to therefore take care of them. Simple but direct understanding of who is important in his life.
He described the experience of being the chairman of Massey as being on a plane, except everybody else was in the plane. There was this group of leaders who were in the cockpit flying the plane, and he was on the nose cone. And so he had this experience of, you know, if anything goes wrong, he will be impaled first, right? Yet, resisting the temptation to come into the cockpit to tell the pilots what to do. Even though he must definitely have some perspectives, right?
He thinks learning can come from people doing things and watching things and figuring out how this should work or not work. Being in the factory, he realizes that the woman on the line could figure out a problem that the engineer can't figure out because she's watching that every day. People are important. There's not a question of, here's my CV. He has no time for that. He's saying, can I trust this guy? How he's going to make a decision. That's where he's coming from.
You know, he's just a brilliant example of what we call a level 5 leader, someone who leads from the heart and from a very selfless place.
He's doing what he thinks is right.